Deep in the heart of the forest, hidden away from time and memory, lay the lost village of Veradale. The village had once been thriving, full of life, but for reasons long forgotten, it had vanished from maps, leaving only whispers and legends behind. Few dared to venture into the forest, for it was said that Veradale was cursed, and those who found it never returned. Simon, an adventurous young historian, had heard the stories all his life and felt drawn to discover the truth. Ignoring the warnings of the locals, he packed his gear and set off into the woods. As he ventured deeper, the air grew colder, and an eerie silence replaced the usual sounds of the forest. The trees. After hours of hiking, Simon stumbled upon a narrow, overgrown path. Following it, he soon found himself standing at the edge of an ancient, decrepit village. The houses were crumbling, their thatched roofs caving in, and the cobblestone streets were cracked and covered in moss. Despite its age and ruin, the village felt unnervingly preserved, as though its inhabitants had simply vanished one day, leaving everything behind. Simon felt a chill run down his spine, but pressed on, curiosity overpowering his fear. He explored the empty houses, finding remnants of everyday life: dishes on tables, beds neatly made, and clothes still hanging on lines. It was as though the village had been frozen in time. Yet something felt wrong. The air. As night fell, Simon decided to stay in one of the houses. He lit a fire and settled down, determined to spend the night before heading back. But as the hours passed, strange things began to happen. Faint whispers echoed through the air, though he couldn't make out the words. A footstep shuffled outside, but when he looked out the window, no one was there. The temperature in the house plummeted, his breath now visible in the cold air. Suddenly, a loud knock echoed through the house. Heart pounding, Simon opened the door. Standing there was a woman, her face pale and gaunt, her eyes hollow and empty. She stared at him for a moment before whispering, "You shouldn't have come." Before Simon could respond, more figures emerged from the shadows, all with the same vacant expression. They surrounded him, their voices merging into a haunting chant. Panicked, Simon tried to run, but the figures closed in, their cold hands gripping his arms. As the darkness consumed him, Simon realized too late that the lost village was not forgotten. It had been left to rot, cursed for all eternity. Now, he too was part of its story, another lost soul in the village that time could never erase. No one ever found Simon. The village remained hidden, waiting for its next visitor to join the cursed ranks of Veradale.